After personal holiness, eminent piety, and the private devotions of the pastor is effective, the minister must be a scholar in his study. In his study, away from the eye of man, the pastor is to furnish his mind and train its powers so that he may go forth and accomplish efficient service in the great work of God for the people. Paul tells Timothy, give attention to reading. Or did you just think he meant reading the scriptures? No. Study is indispensable for the minister. It does not matter if a man is a genius or he's intellectually blessed. He must take time to study and dive into the depth of the infinite Word of God. It should be firmly settled by every pastor that close study is to be the one great business of his whole life. Vinay says we must study to excite and enrich our own mind by means of other men's. Those who do not study find their talents enfeebled and their minds become decrepit before the time. A faithful pastor always studies to a certain extent. Besides the Bible, he constantly reads. Without incessant application, we may make sermons, even good sermons, but they will all more and more resemble each other over time. A preacher, on the contrary, who pursues a course of solid thinking, who nourishes his mind by various readings, will always be interesting. End quote. So the minister should fix time every day for study and reading. A pastor is going to lose his influence over the congregation if he's not very studied well. He's going to sound the same. I don't know, maybe you've sat under ministers that way, week after week. It's sort of the same thing. We need to learn something, you're thinking to yourself. Thomas Murphy gives the following model. This is his model for a minister's day. Consider this and see what you do as a minister in your day, or consider, those of you who are Christians, how you see your pastor. Does he do this? We would venture to suggest, as a rule, about 5 hours a day, or from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2, with a recess of an hour for study. Our program then for the ordinary day's work would be 1 hour of devotion before breakfast, 5 hours of study, 2 hours and a half of visiting, and in the evening 1 hour and a half for reading and correspondence. 10 hours a day for these various duties of the office. Now, seldom have I personally seen a minister take up this charge in this particular manner like Thomas Murphy has set down. This is certainly part of the deficiency, as Charles Bridges would say, of the Christian ministry today among us. Jonathan Edwards found himself 13 hours a day in the study among all his other duties. That's just too much time. That's what you're thinking, right? But look at what kind of preacher he was, and look at what God did with him in the revivals, and what he's still doing with him today when you read a little bit of Edwards.